Joe, Chris, Small, and Sizzle. Real sports talk, y'all. Get the blowing your whistle, Real sports talk, y'all. Get the blowing your whistle, Real sports talk, y'all. Get the blowing your whistle, Real sports talk, y'all. Get the blowing your whistle. Mike's hair dynamite. Joe might start a fight. Ain't a problem Chris can't fix. Sizzle's the shit. Maul bench the whole rack. Sports talk and stats till the day that we die. Fly, Eagles fly, win, lose, tie, draw. Pass the bros the ball. Forget what you heard, we in the house with the bros on birds. Get the blowing your whistle, Real sports talk, y'all. Get the blowing your whistle, Real sports talk, y'all. They got it. We in miles with the bros on birds. Let's go. Get the blowing your whistle, Real sports talk, y'all. Get the blowing your whistle,
Oh, we're back. We got a new episode today. We're going to talk a little on the football side about A.J. Brown and the drama there, some Max Crosby rumors, what's going on with Dallas Goddard, and then on the wrestling side, we had Elimination Chamber happen. We're going to talk about that, some Hall of Fame inductees, a debut that kind of went bad, and we're also going to talk about, I had something else, but why can't I think of what it was? Oh, the CM Punk and Roman Reigns promo from last night. But with me this week, we have Joe is here. Sir, what's up?
Nothing much. Getting ready to watch the World Baseball Classic. I don't know if anybody else is.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it.
Tuned up for that.
Here.
What's up, y'all? It is so good to be back. Missed the hell out of y'all. So let's talk some sports, man.
Yeah, so we got Sizzle back, but we lost Maul and Chris.
It's the off season.
It's the off season.
But speaking of that, yeah, we got new things. So with the off season, I know you just said the baseball. I think I decided that this is the year I'm going to get into F1. So I'm actually going to partake in watching F1. So they did a big major rules overhaul this year. Like everything's completely not completely new, but completely changed. So like
all the specs
jump
are
in,
reset.
Yep, and it's way different. So this is the year I'm going to try to do it.
Yeah, I have a guy that works for me who's like really into F1. Shout out to Colin. Like, he talks about it, so I passively follow it. Like, I look to see who wins the races and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's a cool sport. Like, it's a cool thing.
Yeah, like
those races are going to be canceled, though. The one in Bahrain, the one in Abu Dhabi, though, I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah, they're a little later, so that's, they're towards the back end. But, I mean, I've always been into racing and cars and stuff like that. I just never really followed F1. I always knew, like you said, Joe, I always knew, like, drivers and who they raced for and stuff like that. So I think this is the year I'm going to actually try. Especially with all the new things. You got a new team coming in this year and stuff, so it should be pretty cool.
Well, NASCAR's out there. My shout out to my son, Landon. He loves it.
So I grew up with NASCAR. Like, my stepfather's a hardcore NASCAR fan, and I watched it as a kid. And I actually... like the fact that your son's into it is awesome because I forget where me and Kelly were somewhere a couple weeks ago, and there was a guy talking about NASCAR was on. The guy was like, "Oh, this is horrible. He just turned left," and I was like, "Look, driving really fast, 200
miles per hour,
that close to someone for that long and not hitting anybody, it's a skill." Like I'm like, man, like there's no doubt about it.
And somehow Michael Jordan entered the field. Yeah. Because his driver
2 wins.
Has three.
Oh, did he win last week?
He won last week. 3 in a row.
He won 3 in a row?
Yes, sir.
That guy just wins. He just wins. Like, whatever he does, he wins.
I knew about the back wins. I knew the 2, but I didn't know the third one. Yep. That's fucking crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah, I think maybe I watch more NASCAR than I actually think I do. And I'm not up to date on it. But anyway, let's talk about football.
Yeah.
Our biggest news, or the biggest amount of bullshit going on right now is the Combine was this week, and I can't even tell you what actually happened at the Combine as far as, like, college kids coming into the pros because it was overshadowed by one A.J. Brown's management team and agents were going around the Combine trying to broker deals with other teams to get him traded.
Mike, it's funny. It's funny you said that because I taped a lot of it because I would like to go back and see who's coming out. I want to get excited for the draft. I want to see who ran the fastest 40 and the agility and all of that, but it was just overshadowed by AJ and that nonsense, man.
One thing out of the combine I will say is we're not going to get that tight end from Oregon.
I don't think he's going to make it. Yeah.
Is he legit?
He fucking cooked at the combine, dude. He ran like a sub 4.5 40.
And he's
like
not from Iowa?
No, he plays in Oregon.
That's tight end university.
Yeah, he is not going to fall to 23, buddy.
Okay.
He's going to be a top 10 pick.
Wow.
So before we get deep into AJ Brown, so some things to note from the combine. We did find out going into it that Lane Johnson will be back. So will Landon Dickerson. So some good news there. But Goddard, we're going to talk a little. Actually, we'll talk about that soon. There's some news with Goddard. Mike Florio saying if we do move on from AJ Brown, or Matt Berry was saying this, if we move on from AJ Brown, he thinks the Bucs veteran Mike Evans could be someone that we target, and there could be possibly a reunion with Mekhi Becton. So
I'm all for that. I'm all for that. By the way,
yeah,
I vote yes.
He wants out of his deal, right? Like he's not getting.
They didn't
he's not
even
getting,
play him.
He's not.
Yeah, they kind of benched him like pseudo last year. Like he got some money and then they didn't even use him. So I mean, I'd be happy when he come back. It makes it. I thought he played really well for us. But
He played on the left hand side.
Yeah.
He went to the Chargers, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
1 year and he's gone. That's crazy.
Well, he's still there. He's still under
there. He's
contract.
still there.
Oh, he's still there.
He'd have to be
Still
traded.
there.
It'd be a trade, right?
Or they cut him or
cut
something
him.
like that.
Oh, I thought they released him. My bad.
No, he asked. He's like, get me out of here.
Oh, he wants to get out.
Yeah.
Okay. Got you.
And so the big news though, like we were saying, is the AJ Brown fund. Like, so with not only that of him, can I send that there? No, it doesn't work. I was going to put a poster up, but it's not working. So not only did his agents do that, it then came out that you have the story of him going, because we missed this last time, him going on the Men on Men podcast, or whatever the fuck it's called. Did we talk about this?
Do you think it's a copyright towards us? Should we be getting some money from that?
He went on that podcast, and there was some fucking back and forth about the Patriots, and, you know, he alluded that he likes the Patriots and he wants to go there. And then at the Combine, it comes out from Vrabel that he talks to A.J. Brown all season, and they're good, or he talks to A.J. Brown all the time, and they're good friends, and, you know, friends talk to each other during bad times, and he was like, and, you know, even when things aren't going good in the, in life, and he was clearly going to say in the season.
Yes, he was.
So there's very mutual interest, and there's definitely signs that something's happening. And what I want to know is that against NFL policy? Like, is that collusion or whatever the hell? Tampering?
It has to be.
Right?
Although, I remember the 1 year Jalen reached out to Dable for some guidance during the playoffs, so I don't really know what the rules are, man.
So there's that. So we know that. And then you have the agents going around and trying to broker a deal. And then we know now that Howie said, I mean, we would love to keep him. We want talent. But if we did, our asking price is a first round and a second round. And there is the argument over that's too much. Some say, no, it's not. But, I mean, what do you guys think?
I think Howie asking is the beginning of negotiation. He's going to set the bar high. And you always ask for more than what you're willing to settle for. And I think that's what it is. I think they definitely want a one for him. Like, then the Patriots have the perfect kind of one because they're picking first or something like that. So that would be a one that they could give up, and then he's going to want. I bet you he would take the Patriots 1 and their 3. I bet you.
There you go.
I think that's really what I think his goal is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's too much to ask. Like, we hold all the chips at this point, right? Like, you have a player that wants to leave. Because we now know that he's asked for multiple trades throughout the year last year. Agents are now doing this. We can say whatever the fuck we want. We hold the chip. They have no bargaining power. Them walking around to all the teams, I think, actually makes him look worse. And it does nothing for them. They have no, like what are they going to say? He's not going to play? Okay, he's not going to play.
To piggyback off of what Joe was saying, I agree with him 100%. I was going to do the exact same deal, Joe. I was going to say a 1 and a 3. Why not?
Yeah. 29 years old. Kind of on the downward slope. They don't have to get rid of him. I mean, I've been saying for 18 months that this was the time they were going to get rid of him. But, you know, who knows? They're not going to give him away for nothing. And they're not. And there was a rumor that came out in San Francisco, like the guys out in San Francisco are saying that the 49ers are in play for this. And what they had was completely stupid. They were like Brandon Ayuk and, a
Who
third
held
round
out?
pick or something like that. Right. And it's like, no, we don't want Brandon Ayuk. Like, we're not going to take Brandon Ayuk. He's another, like, I don't know, he held out last year and shit. So it could be another problem. So, no.
Yeah.
He's not, they're not, I don't think they're going to trade him to an NFC team.
But I will say this, Joe. I've been thinking about Brandon Ayuk. I'd take him in a heartbeat. I would take him.
You take him for, like, as part of the trade for A.J. Brown, or you figure out how to bring him in general?
In general. Because we are going to lose A.J. I think we can all three of us agree that he cannot come back, correct?
No, he can't. Like, I mean, as much as, look, I think we said this during the regular year. The PR team of the Philadelphia Eagles did an amazing job by spinning a player sitting on a sideline reading a book into something positive, which in reality, like, it wasn't. Like, look, like, if you really think about it, that is the most fucked up thing as a player you can do. You're not paying attention to the game. You're not involved in anything that's going on online. You're sitting there reading a book. That's like if you were to go to work tomorrow and instead of doing your job, or you did part of your job, then you went and sat in the corner and just read a book and was like, yeah, fuck everybody. Like, that's what he did.
That's what he did.
But the PR team spun it.
And he asked for three trades. Three separate times during the season last year. What are we doing?
And
it's time to go, bro.
He ended with a season that had almost the similar stats to the season before. Like, he had over 1,000 yards. Yes, it looked a little ugly in the beginning, but he was a 1,000-yard receiver at the end of the year.
Somebody said that it started when Saquon came into the fold.
Yeah. Yeah.
It took summer to shine away,
It took the shine away, and they became that running team, and then all of a sudden he wants to be out. Just be out, bro. Go ahead, man. I salute you.
Well, it's not up to him. If it was up to him, he'd be gone. But
he'd be gone.
They have to find a dance partner that's willing to pay the price to, take him. I think that's going to be what it is.
And look, I got some credit to Jason Avant, who's played the position. He's been saying for almost a year now, this dude just don't have it like he used to. There's things that he sees about A.J. Brown that are a decline. So, I mean, I'm going to default to his opinion because he was a decent wide receiver, good wide receiver, like stable. If he's saying he's seeing that, then I'm going to kind of believe it.
I kind of believe it, and I kind of don't. I just think his heart wasn't in it. And when your heart's not into something, you're not going to give your maximum effort no matter what. And we all saw that during that playoff game.
It's one or the other. Either he's dogging it, which is bad, or he's on the decline, which is bad. Mm-hmm. It's one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so, AJ, are you dogging it, or are you not the wide receiver you were 3 years ago?
We'd love to have you on the podcast, AJ, so come on. We'd love to ask you some questions. Come on.
But, I mean, it's I could see New England giving us the asking price. Like, they didn't, they sucked in. They no offense in the Super Bowl, man.
Right.
Like, they need something.
So I'm going to ask you guys, both of you. I'll ask Joe first. Joe, do you really think New England is a real dance partner, or are we getting screwed and joked around like Bichette did the Phillies?
No,
I think it's too, it's just too, I don't know.
Rhythmic ball play.
Exactly. For that to happen.
The situation in New England is they are a good team. They're going to be good again next year. They have a really good defense.
But did they benefit from a schedule?
They did. They're going to play a hard schedule next year, but I think they're a good team. They're probably not going to make it back to the Super Bowl. But
and Vrabel's a good coach. Vrabel's a good coach.
Vrabel's a good coach. Vrabel likes the player. He likes A.J. Brown. He had him in Tennessee. He was furious when they traded him, and then they fired him because the season went to shit. And they probably should have never traded him here. But if it's up to Vrabel and it's up to A.J. Brown is a Patriot next year. But it's not going to be entirely up to him. The price is going to be what the Eagles want, and that has to fall into place. It's not going to be something where it's like a 2 and a 4 or anything like that. I think a 1 is definitely in the mix. And there's a GM involved in New England and an owner and everything else. So it's not entirely up to them. They are a dance partner, but the situation has to be good for them too. I think.
But then here's the other thing: when does it happen? Because if it's before June 2nd,
No, it's June.
June 1st.
If
Yeah,
it's
it's June.
If it's before June, it's for 40 million. If it's after, it's
Yeah.
20. But okay, then how do you manage that as Howie to say I need to secure this much money for my personnel that I need to hire and manage the cap?
You can go over the cap. You have to be under the cap by whatever the date is. I think it's after June. So they can be over the cap, but then they have to cut or trade or do whatever they have to do.
You don't think they'd want to get it done sooner than later, so that way they know going into the cap management that all right, my 40's done. I spent my 40. This is what I have.
I don't know. It just cripples you, I think. Happen to pay them more than you have to. I think you just get the trade in place on paper and then June 1st pull the trigger. I think that's what,
I wonder if they can do that. If they can get like a handshake deal done.
Oh,
saying,
yeah,
hey,
yeah,
he's
I think
yours,
they
and
can.
you can have him in June.
Yep, and then it'll be out like, oh, A.J. Brown's going to the Patriots. And we'll hear about that probably in May. That's only a month away.
Yeah.
2 months away.
That's true.
So
I keep thinking it's winter since it snows every other Monday. All right, I mean, but are we all on the same page that we don't want him here no more at this point?
It has to. It has to.
He's
end.
gone.
He's
done.
I agree.
I just don't
agree.
see how it works out. I just don't see it. I really don't.
Yeah, I can't either. It's a shame. It's a shame.
It is a shame. We can't have nice things, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe he leaves and it just doesn't pan out for him either. That would be the benefit, right? Or that would be the positive to all of this. Or maybe he really is on a downslope, and we'll see it when he goes somewhere else as well.
Yeah, time will tell.
In other news, there are rumors going around that Max Crosby does not want to go back to the Raiders. We heard that at the end of the season where he just didn't even play the last game, and he stayed at home, supposedly with an injury that he could have came back from. But the rumor is that Philadelphia is highly in play in the Max Crosby signing. I'm on board. I'd be happy with it.
Yeah.
I wanted him last year.
they need something.
And that makes 3 of us. I think that's a no-brainer, man. Him and Jalen Carter on the same line? Come on.
Well, speaking of that, we also learned that was part of the Micah Parsons trade. That Micah Parsons said, I want to go to Philly, but I want to play with Jalen Carter. But Dallas wanted Carter as part of the deal.
Right.
So
That wasn't going to happen.
no, there was no way in hell we were going to do that.
No.
Like, we're not trading
way.
Jalen Carter for Micah Parsons.
But Max Crosby is important. Like, they need, because last year the defense was really good, right? We all agree they were a good defense last year.
That was
One
our
thing
team.
they did not get after the quarterback like they did the year before.
That was one thing missing,
Yeah, and
which is why they brought back BG.
Yeah, Jalen
Phillips.
Yeah, Jalen Phillips. He did a good job, but he didn't give you 10 sacks or anything like that. He was productive, but
Do you see him getting a deal with us?
I think he's going to be too expensive on free agency.
I agree.
think that's the word.
So
I think it's going to be too much.
That's the question I want to ask you guys. So WIP had a great thing. They picked 4 players that's free agents or whatever. Who would you bring back? You can only bring back 2, okay? Would you bring back Reed Blankenship, Nakobe Dean, Dallas Goddard, or Jalen Phillips? You had to pick 2. Mike, who you got?
I got to pick 2
2.
out of those.
Because you
three.
can.
You gave me 3, right?
4. Reed Blankenship, Nakobe Dean, Dallas Goddard,
So I'm
Jalen Phillips, because they're all free agents.
So then, I mean, I don't think this is likely, but it would be Phillips and Blankenship.
Same.
So
And I say
Really?
that
Really?
begrudgingly because I want Dean back, but I can understand why you wouldn't.
Campbell, dude.
I would do Reed and Dallas, and that allows us to get a Max Crosby in, because you're not going to pay Max Crosby and a Phillips and a Carter.
That's a different question, though. Like, what can they
I
afford to do, or what do
agree.
you want to do?
If you were to tell me I can get Max Crosby, then I'm going to say I don't want Phillips.
Right.
I don't think. I mean, how can you pay both of them?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Realistically, what is the right move? It's Reed Blankenship because he's not going to cost you an arm and a leg, and it's either Nakobe Dean or Dallas Goddard, depending on what they want to do with tight end in the future.
Yeah, well, I mean, that kind of segues into the Dallas Goddard is, as of right now, the rumors are saying he's not going to be here, but there is interest from Philadelphia to keep him, but they don't know if they're going to or not. But there's also rumors that we are highly in on Offseason. What do you think?
I think he's going to be too expensive on free agency.
What do you think? I mean, that kind of segues into the Dallas Goddard is, as of right now, the rumors are saying he's not going to be here, but there is interest from Philadelphia to keep him, but they don't know if they're going to or not. But there's also rumors that we are highly in on
I saw David Njoku. That's who I saw.
That's what I was just going to say, yeah.
Yeah, that's who I saw.
So they're saying there's still interest in Philly re-signing Goddard, but it's going to depend on how much he can get in free agency. He might be able to get more than we want to pay for him.
That's the thing. He's going to probably get paid again.
And I think it's fair for us to let him do that.
Yeah, let him do it.
If he can get a better deal, he can get a better deal. And I can understand why you wouldn't want to pay him a ton of money. It's just, it might be towards the end of his, I mean, it is towards the end of his career.
Is.
To me, I don't want Dallas or Njoku. They both stay injured. I want to draft a nice, young, good tight end. That's what I want.
But now you might have to draft a wide receiver with that first round pick.
No way.
I mean, there's plenty of them.
I can't see how we doing that. I see us getting an offensive lineman in the first.
Yeah.
In the first
You better
round.
get used to the name Caleb Lemieux.
Who's that?
That's who they're going to get.
Where's he out of?
Utah.
Okay.
Big boy.
I'll write it down.
Caleb Lemieux. Like Lemieux or Lemieux?
Lemieux.
Not like
L-A-M-U is his last
Okay.
name.
No X in there.
6'5", 310 pounds, runs a 4.940.
Damn.
Elite pass protector. Is going to grow into his frame and be a good run blocker. He's projected to be like a high-end starter on a good team.
David Lemieux. I'm looking it up right now.
No, Caleb.
Sorry.
Caleb.
I wanted to just easy that on my brain. O-M-U. This
So
boss.
he was a combine darling.
No, he was all Big 12 first team. He was I think all Big 12 academic All-American, I think.
Okay.
So he's an elite player.
All right.
304 pounds, 6'6", red shirt of his sophomore year. Let's just go with the easy Google search. Is Caleb Lemieux good? He is above average athlete, which shows both in pass protection and the run game from the New York Times. Is he Polynesian?
No.
He's a prominent Polynesian college football offensive tackle
Is
from
he,
the University
he Polynesian? He looked like a white guy to me.
He does. He's Tongan descent.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Need that.
He could be part of the bloodline for all we know.
Yeah.
He could.
To tie it all together, guys.
Even I know what that means.
Yeah. He could be part of the bloodline. All right. Well, now we have a name that we're going to add to the tracker. But yeah, I mean, if Goddard's got to go, Goddard's got to go in that rumor. But I agree. I don't know about Njoku. He's had down years.
He's always hurt.
Really bad years.
Always hurt, bro. Always
like,
hurt, man.
And I feel like we kind of need a decent pass catching tight end.
And
I
a
heard
good blocker,
what's his face
too.
in Atlanta is going to be available.
Nah.
What's his name?
Hell no.
He burns everybody in fantasy. Like
He
every
does.
year.
He does.
Michael
Jesus.
Pitts?
Yes.
Yeah, Michael Pitts.
No, thank you.
Yeah, he does burn everybody in fantasy. I think he got me not last year, but the year before.
Yeah.
No, thank you. No,
Pitts.
thank you.
I mean,
Penix Jr. is going to throw him the ball more this year.
yeah, I mean that's the biggest burning thing right now for the Eagles, or is basically the AJ Brown thing. I mean that's the hugest thing right now. And then there's also Emmanuel Ocho trying to make a drama out of out of Jalen Hurts. He saw him at a Super Bowl party sitting by himself, and it means he's not a good team player.
Emmanuel Ocho?
Yeah. He was just there, and he wasn't mad. He wasn't like socializing with people and blah 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 blah. Like, okay, like that's really the reason.
How does that guy show his face in public
I don't know.
and expect to be taken seriously?
Exactly right.
Joy Taylor, man.
I do want to say
credit.
one last thing
What?
on AJ before we close it up. The betting odds, DraftKings and other odds makers list the Eagles as the favorite to retain Brown. Are
I
you
could see it,
kidding
dude.
me?
I mean, I could see it. Like, if you can't get like you're going to ask the world and want it, and if you can't get close to that,
Then
it doesn't hurt you to just keep him. And then
trade him next year.
look, even if he doesn't produce, he's still like a target out there. We're going to get 2 to 3 catches out of him a game, and just
I
beat
would
him.
hope it's more.
No, but I'm saying at minimum, and then you go from there.
Well, like here's the other thing with it too. If they don't do it now, like teams know that he wants to be out. Like they know that, so that does. You don't have as much leverage in what you're asking for.
Like the
If
Castellano situation that Dave Dombrowski
They wound up having to
fumbled.
cut him because they know he doesn't. They don't want him, and But the Eagles have not said that they don't want AJ.
They
No,
did not
they've
say
been
that.
very clear that they want to keep talent.
Right.
Absolutely right.
And again, if someone offered you 5 first-round picks for the best player on your team, you're going to trade them for 5. Nobody's untouchable. So just going with that, they could kick the can down the road. And if teams are offering them 2s and 4s and shit like that, you can get that next year. Like, you don't need to do that this year. You can get a 2 and a 4, and who knows? Maybe they keep him this year. The new OC gets the message, and it's like, this guy's an asset that we need to capitalize on. So you need to get him involved. He has a great year, and then we trade him, and we get the one. That could work out.
And as far as Dallas Goddard, our heart wants him, or our heart does not want him. I think my heart wants him back.
I mean, I would like to see him stay, but I'm not tied to it. If that's
You can't count on him.
Yeah.
You're going to have another guy who's capable, who can give you something, and not like what we've had before where, like, Goddard's hurt and you get nothing from your tight ends.
Exactly right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll talk more about free agency in the next couple of weeks. We'll talk about the draft as it gets closer. But, I mean, that's pretty much where we're at with the Birds, unfortunately. Oh, and our season ticket bill came in.
Oh,
nice.
Lord.
And,
ain't nothing nice about that, man.
it was more money because we have the extra home game this year, but the worry is that are we really going to have the extra home game? Because is it going to be in another country and we get screwed like we did in Brazil?
No, that won't work. That won't happen because they announced all the home teams, quote unquote, for the international games. So if the Eagles go on the road, it'll be as one of the road games.
It'll be the way they did do that? Okay. So
Yeah.
okay.
Thank you, Joe.
Okay. Thanks.
That makes me
And
feel
the Eagles have
a
Eagles do have
little
good
better.
chance.
A little
the Eagles
better.
have a good chance because they're a visitor against Jacksonville and they're a visitor against Washington.
And I'm okay with that. I didn't want to pay for an extra game like I did the year with Brazil. And
we got
lose.
screwed. We got screwed big
You
time.
guys just lost the money for that?
Yeah.
They charged us for an extra game, and then we didn't even get to anything for it.
Now, was that after the Super Bowl year, though?
That was the Super Bowl year.
The year they won the Super Bowl?
The year they won, yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. Yeah, we got screwed that year.
Yeah. So, all right. That's the Eagles. It's wrestling time.
I like that.
Past weekend was Elimination Chamber. Did everybody watch Elimination Chamber? Paul, did you watch?
I
As the
did not.
non-wrestling fan?
I did not.
Did your kids watch and fill you in?
I did. They did not. I got notes, though.
Okay.
Talk to me.
Joe, did you watch it all?
Yeah, I watched it.
All right. So the
What you guys think
Chamber.
about it?
Well, here,
Educate
I'll
me.
go through. I'll go through the matches real quick. So, the opening match was the
Go
women's
through
elimination.
Go through the matches, and then I'll give you. I have a thought about it.
So the opening match was the women's elimination chamber, which was Asuka, Raquel,
Yeah, Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffany Stratton, Rhea, Alexa Bliss, and what the hell's her name? The agent that's really hot.
She was an NXT girl. I forget her.
Yeah, the NXT girl that hurt her knee. Why can't I think of her name right now? Well, anyway, her. That was the match. The outcome was Rhea winning, and she is already going to go on to fight Jade Cargill. And there's some drama around that, which we could talk about after as well. Overall, what did I think of the match? I thought the match was actually pretty decent. I think the outcome was the expected, which kind of was a little like but the match overall was good. Good, Joe.
Rhea Ripley's got her hands full. She's going to have to carry this girl Jade to a 20, 25-minute match on the biggest stage of the year. And Jade's got some heat in the locker room.
So,
And-
Paul, do you know who Jade Cargill is?
I do not.
Okay, so this is a girl who looks everything the part. I mean, she's literally the definition of a brick shit house.
Put
Okay.
a pick up.
Yeah, I'll find. Go ahead, Joe. You keep telling about why I find a pick.
She's not the black girl, kind of light
She is
skin.
one- She's not light skinned. She's a black girl.
Okay, like
looks
ripped,
bas-
like really ripped.
Looks like
Yeah.
Storm, like a ripped version of Storm from the
Okay,
X-Men.
She looks-
okay.
Jade Cargill looks like
I know
she's
who you're
carved
talking
out
about.
of marble.
I know who you're talking about.
Like,
Yes, I know exactly who you're
Perfect
talking
physique.
about. I thought
Looks
she
like
was
a
a
superstar.
like a caramel complected
Yeah,
type
she's
chick.
lighter. She's lighter.
Yeah,
There's-
yeah, that's her. Yeah, that's her. Yep.
Yeah, like I mean, she phenomenally ripped.
Yeah, that's who I thought you were talking about. Yeah.
Carries
So what's-
herself like an absolute star. Looks like an absolute star. She
So-
can talk.
Is she the champ?
She's the champ
She
right
is
now.
currently the champ.
Okay.
Can't work a lick.
Yeah, like can't wrestle.
Can't fucking do anything in between the ropes.
Can't wrestle.
And not everybody can do that. Like,
Oh,
there's a
that's
lot
so
of people that
funny,
go into
man.
it and they're
That's
like,
so
I want to be
funny.
a wrestler, and then they're like, I just don't get it. Like, and she's one of those people, but she
Like,
looks
I'm not
like a
good.
star.
Like
she looks like a star.
yeah, she does. She fits the bill perfectly.
That's hilarious.
But to go on top of that, Joe, like I don't know if Joe's pretty good with keeping up with the dirt sheets and stuff. So there is supposedly a hardcore Twitter feud going on that might not be a work and it might actually be real. And it started with Chelsea Green tweeting something out about like just being professional and being good and how good Rhea Ripley is at doing that. And then Jade basically came at her, and everybody thought it was a work. But then right after she did that, Dewdrop, I can't think of her real current in-ring name.
Yeah, we know who you're talking about.
She replied back basically like, fuck you, you can't wrestle. Like,
Right.
basically everything we just said, she said in a tweet. And then they went back and forth for a while. And then after that happened, Rhea ended up responding basically saying, and she deleted it, basically saying like, you know, you don't need to lie about shit in order to push your clout. Like, you are a wrestler. So everybody's kind of like confused on like, is this real? Because some of the things said were too like close to home.
This is the word, like, kind of deep into it. Like, there's no this is from like the Dave Meltzer world about what her problems are. Like, she carries herself like a star. Like, she really does. And she does that even when she's not performing. And that's a problem, especially when you have weaknesses in your game. Like, you have to be willing to take advice from people like Asuka, people like Bailey, women who can really actually work. And she's like, I'm 6'2", or however tall she's 6'1", 6 foot tall, fucking built like a brick shit house. I look better than all of you girls. Fuck you. Like, that seems to be like her attitude in the locker room, and that's not how you need to be back there. Like, it's all like they all work together. Like, you got to support each other, and she's not a part of that. Like, when she got brought in from AEW, she was treated like a star immediately.
Who,
And
Jade? Jade?
Yeah,
Or
She
okay.
came from AEW, Paul.
All right, so check this out, y'all. So I'm in the research here, and there was one comment that Ripley said that she's not having fun, which added the fuel to the speculation that the tension might be more than just a storyline. Is that how y'all feel about this?
She's hard to get along with. Jade, she had heat with the girls in the AEW.
Is it because she's being hated on though? It sounds like a lot of hate.
No,
from an outsider here.
It is hate, but it's hate in a good way. It's like, you need to put your head down and learn probably the most important part of the business.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, you can't teach what she has, like her look. You can't teach that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, she
has the measurables, as you would
Right.
say.
So,
Gotcha.
Yeah, I wish I could find all of them, but this is what started. So Rhea basically said on Twitter after the shit between Piper Niven and Chelsea Green and what's her name and Jade. Rhea said, all you seem to do is talk, and all this has been deleted. All you seem to do is talk, and that's literally it. And Jade replied, talk like the hours you spend talking to creative. So basically saying like, oh, you are constantly in creative's ears telling them how you want your story. She's
the top girl.
She is. Rhea then replies, you're funny. That's funny. Now we know you really do be talking out of your ass because everything you say is bullshit. Don't spread lies on my name, you dumb bitch.
Okay.
And then Jade Cargill replies, hit dogs will holler, holla, holla, holla. That was So that was the shit. That was the exchange that was deleted, which then led to what you're reading, Paul. The reply from Rhea Ripley that says, not having fun, not friends, learn to work, and never lie to defame someone's real human character by breaking the fourth wall. So that's what she's saying. Like, this banter isn't fun between me and you. We're not friends.
Okay, so what it sounds like to me, as a former, I loved the WWF back in the day. Now it's the WWE. So, my kids do try to keep me updated. It sounds like they're just setting it up for WrestleMania, correct?
Yeah, it could be that.
It could be.
Yeah,
And it sounds like a great storyline type feud. It's like, I don't know, Floyd Mayweather versus Pacquiao type of deal. That type of hype. leading
That's
up
coming
to
back again.
what's
Did you hear
coming.
about that shit?
Unfortunately, I did. I did. Unfortunately,
Oh,
I heard about that. But that's what it kind of reminds me of. Sounds like a great storyline. Sounds like a lot of heat, and it sounds a little personal.
And well, you do need that because there is nothing. There's nothing for this match. So that's why I do believe it is a work and it's something they're doing, because why else?
Well, I think it's a work in the sense that Seth Rollins and CM Punk they're working. They really don't like each other.
Well, that supposedly is squashed. Now, we can talk about that in a second because I have some thoughts about that. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's squashed and they're not going to go after each other. But CM Punk's not going to Seth Rollins' house for a barbecue. You know what I mean?
They might now. It sounds like their wives really like each other.
I don't know.
But anyway,
there's bad
so
blood.
yeah, I mean, they're probably like there's a professional relationship, but I think it might be being drummed up for the match.
Well, they
But
do.
Also,
They do that.
Let's not forget we have a new WWE TV show called Unreal, where they need to have some drama for that show, and it could be for season 3 of that.
Look, Paul
Unreal?
Paul will appreciate this. Back in the 80s during the territory days, you remember Bill Watts?
Of course.
Yeah. Mid-South Wrestling out of Texas and Louisiana and shit. He had a thing in his office that hung that said, "Real issues draw money."
Absolutely,
So,
100%. That's what makes it entertaining. Everybody
So
likes a
issues draw
villain.
money.
Everybody likes the underdog. So let me ask you guys: who are the fans loving? Are they on the Jade side or are they on Rhea's
They're on
side?
Rhea's side.
Rhea
Rhea
Ripley.
is the
Yeah, Rhea
biggest
Ripley.
girl wrestler that they have.
Okay,
Right now.
all right,
Like
okay.
she comes
okay.
out after not being. I mean, I shouldn't say not being around because she is around. She doesn't really take big breaks, but when she comes out with no belt, and she doesn't need anything to be
Right.
over. Like she doesn't need a belt. She doesn't need a storyline. She just comes out and they love her. But
Okay.
I will say this: like for me, my thing with Rhea was always like when she came out, she looked massive. Like she was like, this girl is fucking huge. Like not ripped like Jade, but she was just a big looking girl. Like she's gonna fuck everybody up. But she slimmed down so much now that I'm like, yeah, you don't like. For me, it's how I thought of you before has completely changed because now it's like, man, you're the same size as like Alexa Bliss, just a little taller.
Not quite that bad, but yeah, she's probably down to like 2% body fat, and
Yeah, she's like Tiffany Stratton size. Like it's
she really slimmed down, and I don't think it's a good look for her. I pointed it out like a while ago. Mike was like, "Yeah, you know what? You're right. She is like slimmed down like way too much."
like she looked physically done. Like her shoulders were fucking insane, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think it is hype for the match. They got.
It's got to be.
They
It
gotta
sounds
build
like.
something.
It
There's
sounds
nothing around
like.
it. So
Got to
they
do
build.
something. They're not fucking selling tickets out there,
Yeah.
and it definitely doesn't have anything to do with it being $800 or anything.
Or that's back
sure,
in
right?
Las Vegas again, and I'm sure it was. That stadium's gigantic, and I probably
Yeah.
couldn't see a goddamn thing when you were in.
Or
the
that they
upper
blacked
sections.
it out for 50 miles that you can't watch it on ESPN.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably has nothing to do with that. No, the fans definitely aren't upset. It's just
Okay,
because
so-
they're just not interested.
So they're drumming up
Hype.
drama.
Trying.
They got it.
But I
8
will
weeks
say,
out?
yeah, I will say this though. As I'm looking at my little notes here, the beef between Roman Reigns,
Yeah, you got it. Roman Reigns.
and CM Punk,
We're leaving that for
Now-
last because
okay,
last
but
night,
that's
last night
beef.
was like, whoa.
and what I wish we could do if we didn't get copyrighted is play Biggie Smalls' "What's Beef," because this is beef.
Yeah, like. But all right, so we'll talk about. Let's say that for the end.
What
Okay,
was the second
other,
match?
The second
in
match
order here.
was.
Sorry,
No, you're good. The second match was AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch.
Whatever.
I was
AJ
kind
Lee
of caught.
won.
I didn't think they were going to let her win. I thought they were going to put Becky over. But not a big deal, whatever. At least the only good thing that's coming out of that is I do like that AJ came out last night on Raw and she's like, I'm going to be a fighting champion and like I'm actually going to be on TV and fight and blah, 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 blah. That, I thought that was pretty cool. But that's about it. The next match was, I think it was this order. Yeah, Punk versus Baylor.
Yep.
Which, good match, man. Like, push fucking Baylor. Like, I want him, like, back on top.
Punk won though, right?
Yeah, Punk
Yeah,
won. I mean, it was,
yeah,
Okay.
there was no way in hell Punk wasn't going to win.
Okay.
First off, not only the fact that he was in Chicago, his hometown, you're not going to mess up what could possibly be one of the best WrestleMania matches ever, right? Like, or the hype around it and the beef around it is going to be great going up to it. They're not going to fuck that up by letting him lose to someone.
Well, a champion hasn't lost an Elimination Chamber in, like, can't even remember last time. Like, the Elimination Chamber is, like, kind of lost its luster.
Lynch.
What? She lost at the Chamber and lost the belt?
She lost the belt. I mean,
No, I'm talking about world champion, WWE world champion or universal champion, whatever. Like, they don't lose. It's just they have a match against somebody, and it's kind of a showcase.
Yeah.
Maybe they build towards something after WrestleMania, but looks like Finn Balor's probably going to turn babyface again. So.
Yeah, well, because Finn, I thought the match in Dublin between the two of them, Dublin was a great match. Like, so coming back to wrestling, I've only known Finn as Finn from Judgment Day Finn. And I always was like, man, this guy looks like he's really good. I wish I saw, and then talking to everybody else, it's like, no, he was really good. And especially in his New Japan days, and then I guess when he first came over to NXT and WWE as the Demon, and then he got hurt, and it kind of fucked him up. Like, from what I understand, they were going to give him the heavyweight title.
Well, he's the first. He is the first Universal Champion. He beat Seth Rollins, but he tore his rotator cuff and he fucked his shoulder up and was out a year. He won the match, but had to relinquish the title the following night. So he was getting pushed. He had a rocket strap to his ass. And when he came back,
it was kind of moved on.
Like, I think what a lot of fans, especially on the internet, don't understand, like, they feel like certain guys have to get the title. And Finn Balor's always been near the top. You know what I mean? He's always in play. He had matches against Roman Reigns. He had matches against Gunther when he was champion. He's always in the mix. Would it be nice to see him get another shot at being a champion? Yeah. But the problem is he has a little bit of the Rey Mysterio issue. Like, Rey Mysterio's been a champion too. And Finn Balor, I don't think, is at his best when he's fighting as an underdog. You know what I mean? Like, where Rey Mysterio, you can beat the shit out of him for 20 minutes in a match and then, have him pull a win out of his ass. And that's just part of him because he's so small. Finn Balor's a small guy. He's really tiny. So, and there's really no getting around it. And WWE traditionally doesn't like putting the big belt on really little guys. So,
question for you: is Dominic Mysterio Rey's brother?
It's his
son.
Look at that. Okay.
And
okay.
I said this before. I still say this. Finn Balor is the only guy or only wrestler that I watched. I'm like, how does that move not fucking hurt people? He has this move called the coup de grace where he literally jumps off the top rope and just lands 2 feet onto the chest region of the person on the ground. I can see he throws some of his weight off of, like, leans back a little bit, throws some of his weight off of his feet. But how does that not hurt? How does that not fucking crack a rib? Like, I want to know the secrets of that move.
You got to watch some of the ones he hit when he was on the Indies. Like, those ones were fucking brutal, dude. Like
it just looks so fucking like I don't care. Like, there's no matter how much you tense up or tighten up for it, like, it can't not hurt. But anyway, it was a good match, and I think Finn is definitely going to flip to face because, especially after last night, Paul, you alluded to it. Dom had a match last night. Mm-hmm. He was losing. He wanted to, the Judgment Day to grab the bell hammer for him, and then Finn stopped him and said, no, he wanted to do this on his own. So I think there's a face turn there. The men's elimination chamber. So Trick Williams, what's Javon's last name? Javon Evans. Jey Uso. Well, we'll get to that in a second. It was supposed to be Jay, Randy Orton, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes. The SmackDown before Elimination Chamber, someone beats the living hell out of Jey Uso. He's taken out to in an ambulance to go to the hospital. They end up having a match to take his place, and Logan Paul gets put in.
I hate Logan Paul, by the way.
But that's by design.
I know.
And it's perfect, right? Like,
you
hate him.
Can't stand him.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't stand him.
Logan eliminates 3 people from the ring. He eliminates Knight. He eliminates Javon and Trick, right?
I don't know. I don't know if he got them both.
I think there were the 3. He got those 3 out. He took those 3 out.
Yeah.
And then when Trick Williams is going out, he's freaking out about being in pain. He got fucked up. And then a masked, hooded man enters the ring and curb stomps Logan, to be revealed that it is Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is back, and he's fucking things up. Logan then gets taken out, and it's a match. The final two standing are Cody and Randy Orton, and Randy wins. I was shocked. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, Randy Orton won because, like, Christian was at Elimination Chamber. He flew out there to go see it, and he said there was a kid behind him crying when Cody lost. Like, he was so upset, and he was like, I don't understand. I said, listen, how old was the kid? He goes, he was like 8, 9 years old maybe. Yeah. And I said, that kid has only ever known Cody Rhodes in WWE, and to him, that's like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So
that kid was like the kid I was yelling at when he was crying that I can't remember who it was.
But one other thing from this match, when Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and Cody had Logan Paul in the corner and were just stomping the shit out of him.
Hilarious. I saw the meme.
It was great seeing 3 black men beat up
Logan Paul.
Beat up Logan Paul.
Yeah, you leave Raheem Rhodes out of this.
Dude, Cody Raheem Rhodes.
But I mean, look, I will give you that. Like, I will say the surprise of Randy Orton winning made the match a little bit better for me, because I was like, fuck, Cody's just going to win, and we're going to get Cody.
Cody's going to be in the main event. It's going to be like a 5-man match.
Yeah,
like,
so that goes...
It's going to be a fucking stupid shit.
That goes to the end of the Elimination Chamber after it was over, because Drew McIntyre did interfere and cause some issues. Yeah. What the hell is his name? Pierce, Nick Aldis goes nuts and throws a thing out there for Drew fucking things up as usual, and that Drew needs to now fight on SmackDown this Friday. He's going to fight Cody for the belt. So, I mean, if they just let Cody win this week, then it's a fucking joke. But, I mean, I will say this.
They're not doing that.
Cody versus Randy would be better than Cody versus Drew.
Why do you say that?
Because I'm tired of Drew and Cody.
Okay, all right. I thought you were going to say I'm tired of Drew. I was going.
No. I'd rather see win Randy. Like, that would be the better of the options. Yeah. But like, if they're
not because we hate Cody or anything, but just we've seen Drew and Cody like over and over again. Yeah. It'd be like seeing Seth Rollins and CM Punk again.
You know? Yeah. Like, I'm tired of that. So then, okay, that ended Elimination Chamber. The other thing that happened to our Elimination Chamber, which was the biggest. This is the biggest news on the internet. I had a fucking surprise for tonight. I was literally going to come on the show full face paint. Like, I was going to have face paint and the cape, but my makeup partner decided to fuck me over and not do this for me tonight. I was supposed she was going to do it for me 1 hour before the show, and then it turned into 4 hours before the show. But I had to go look at a car for my daughter, and I couldn't show up with face paint on. But anyway,
dressed like Danhausen.
Yeah, dressed as Danhausen. So,
and again, you could have kept that quiet, and it still could have been done, bro.
Yeah, we're losing. We can't capitalize at this point. Like, this would have been the moment. This would have been the moment. But so 2 weeks ago, on I think it was Raw or SmackDown, there was a giant crate delivered, and it said, "Do not open until blah 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 date till the date for Elimination Chamber, February 28th." Yeah. They showed it again the week before. And then right after the Punk fight, I think it was right before the last fight.
Yeah, it was.
They show the crate, and Aldis and what's his name pop it open, and as soon as it opens, there's a coffin. And as soon as I saw the coffin, I was like, "It's Danhausen. It's fucking Danhausen." And it opens, and it's Danhausen. So Paul, to break it down for you, so you understand, Danhausen is a. Indie. I knew him. He was a big indie wrestler. And then AEW signed him. But I knew him from YouTube because he was a bigger internet sensation because he was like action figure collector, just randomness, like horror community, like that sort of thing. He's huge in. He paints his face. You've seen a picture of him, right? Mm-hmm. So he paints his face. He has this like old school, like 60s, 70s. Svengoolie horror night thing.
Yeah.
His whole thing is he thinks he's a undead warlock or mage. He puts curses on people. Like, that's his thing. You are cursed. He does that. And it's very comedic wrestling. Like, it's the same as like our
Hornswoggle,
Boink the Clown. Like
Boink
that's
the Clown.
Goldust.
Whatever the hell his name is. I can't think of his name. Doink. Yeah. Doink. Like that kind of like, yeah, Goldust, like that comedic thing.
There you go.
So he comes out. He's got like these dancers that come out.
You see the one who almost fell? One
Yes.
of them almost fell
Yes.
down.
I got to show you some images, Paul. So, share my screen. Hold
So
on.
this was his debut.
Yeah.
For WWE.
And like I said, this was after they've been pushing. So this is how they he had these dancers. He comes out. Initially, when he first comes out, you hear some crowd cheer, and then it's just completely crappy, the whole thing, and by design. Yep. There's one of the lights is out on the box, little tiny smoke. He gets up on the mat, and they finish their dancing, and the tiniest little pyro goes, it's fucking hysterical. The lights go black, and then just nothing but boos. And you literally hear somebody yell, "That was the worst secret surprise ever." Which, all in all, makes it even fucking funnier.
Yeah.
That the crowd is booing him, and then a lot of, and it's gotten a lot of backlash online. People are pissed.
They don't...
And...
here's the thing with Dan Hausen, WWE fans, if you don't know who this guy is, you don't get it, stick around, you will. It's unlike anything else that's going on in pro wrestling. The guy, he's delusional as part of his character, and it's funny. And there's room for fun. There's people that don't like, comedy and wrestling. There's people out there, you can't work, 60-minute match. There's a spot for that. We all love our truth.
right?
If the act is good.
We all love our truth. We all love our truth. And but he's being compared to the gobbledygook, dude.
That's perfect.
And Paul, I don't know if you remember this, because I was, I think, still watching wrestling at that time. They debuted for weeks this giant
Survivor
fucking egg.
Series.
It was a Survivor Series, right? This giant egg. Do you remember that? It was an egg in a nest, and it was
It was 1991.
It was life size.
Yeah.
And then weeks went.
Who was it?
Weeks went.
It was fucking chicken costume. It made no sense, and then nothing ever happened.
Yeah, I remember the chicken. Well, wasn't that just the chicken though?
Well, he was the gobbledygook. It was a giant turkey costume, right? The gook,
Gobbledygooker. It was a guy. He looked like the San Diego Padres mascot.
That's what I thought
Yes.
it was.
So people were comparing this reveal to that, saying it was the same thing, and I'm like,
that's funny.
No, dude, this is... But how shitty the entrance was, and actually I think the booing, made it even better. My wife said, "Do you think it was a plant? Do you think somebody was in the audience to start the booing?" And I'm like, I hope so, because it makes it even better. It fits his character. Because then on Monday Night Raw last night, he pops in backstage with Adam Pearce, and he has this piece of paper that looks like it was written in crayon, and it's falling apart because it's wet, and it's a list of his demands. And his demands are, "Since I came in on Elimination Chamber with such a great entrance and to all the cheers, I demand a blimp."
Yeah.
A blimp? A fucking... one of those cool pictures with Triple H pointing at me. I was the things he's... And then... The last
$1
$1 million,
million yeah.
and then the last one was me being entered into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Okay, imagine that.
And it's so then he pawns that Pierce pawns them off onto the Judgment Day as they're walking by, and he says hello to the Judgment Day. He says, "Oh, hey Dom, hey Finn, and hey you guy who I don't know who you are." It's fucking hilarious. And Dom's got both of his straps on him, and they're giving him, they're being shitty to him. And Finn's like, "Oh, come on, man, it's the new guy. Give him a break." And then he touches the Intercontinental belt. He's like, "Oh, this is nice. Let me have it." And Dom's like, "No, goodbye." And then he pauses, and he goes, "You are cursed." And he does his thing. And then Dom goes and has a match for the belt, and he loses. So now that's going to be the new setup, that his curse affected him. This is genius, and it's going to be fucking amazing. And all the hype around how bad it is, I think, is just
I can see it.
Part of it.
Asinine.
I can see it.
I think.
I can see it. I can see it.
But the people online that are freaking out just have no clue who the guy is.
There's people that don't know who the guy is, and then the internet wrestling community, a lot of them are angry because he left AEW. That is a thing.
But AEW abandoned him.
Yeah, he hasn't been on TV for 18 months. So
he tore his shoulder, right?
Yeah.
In a match.
He came into the company hurt. He broke his leg, and they signed him anyway, and he made appearances in a boot. And then he wrestled a little bit, and they used him for I don't know. I was watching AEW when he came on, and I wanted to see what they were going to do. They would just put him in matches, like random matches. He would do his shit.
He's not a horrible wrestler. Like he's decent.
He's really small. He's a really tiny guy.
Yeah, he's like a mid. He's like a mid-tierer. Like he's not like
No. He's lower card.
Yeah.
Comedy relief. That's his spot, and that's a spot. And
That is a spot.
great spot.
There is a spot for it.
And also, Paul, so you know, the internet tracks like sales. They track merch sales.
Yeah.
This dude is the top performer in merch sales. Yeah. So that's
He sells
why
a lot of merch.
They brought him in for the kids.
Kids are gonna love him.
Yeah, and
There it is.
he's going to sell a fucking ton of merch.
Yeah.
So
There
it
it
makes
is.
sense.
He's gonna have funny shirts. He's gonna have shit like his shirts are
I'm
probably gonna
ordering
be
one.
funny. Yeah, his shirts are probably gonna be really funny.
There it is.
So, but I like the backlash to it, the people freaking out because my favorite is everybody for some fucking reason thought that Chris Jericho or Edge was going to pop out of that box, and we're like, come on, guys.
Now,
Like,
why them?
because there's rumors that one of them would be coming back.
There's another rumor out there that AEW's dicking Jericho around. That's why they haven't, like, they slapped on injury time or something onto his contract.
I can
'Cause
see
they don't want
Jericho.
they don't want him to debut before WrestleMania.
They
So-
did the same thing with Danhausen, from what I found out. They dicked.
Yeah,
they
but his
fucked around
contract
with him.
ran out like 4 or
But
5
they
days
tacked
ago.
on the they
Yeah,
tacked on his
tacked
injury time because he was supposed to actually come in like July or something, but they fucked him over, and that's why they did the whole box thing because he had like 2 weeks to make up for the.
I could see them doing that with Jericho because he's a name
Danhausen?
people know. But fucking
No.
like Tony Khan's going to do that with Danhausen.
Like you're
He
not
hasn't even
using
been on his
him.
TV
Just
for
let
18
the
months.
kid, yeah, the kid wasn't like, and I actually was listening to what the hell is his name? You just fuck, you just said his name. The guy who does the podcast and has been around
Cornette?
forever. Yeah, so watching Cornette where he was like said the same thing. He's like everybody knows that the kid who plays him is just a really good guy. Like everybody says when they meet him for signings, like he's one of the nicest professional wrestlers they've ever met in his life. Like, and they're like, he wasn't causing trouble.
No.
He was just like, yo, look, you're not using me. Can you please let me go? Like, let me go and go somewhere else so I can actually work. Like, so to hold him, why? You're just being an asshole.
Here's a statistic, and it's not 100% right, but it's along the same lines. While he was signed at AEW, he had 35 matches for AEW. Okay, and that's on AEW Dark, like their B shows, blah, 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 stuff that's not on their main show. It's like smaller stuff, internet stuff. He had 35 matches. During that same period of time, he had over 100 matches on the indie scene. Because when you're in AEW, they let you take indie bookings if they're not using you in the main storyline. So he was out working the indies and doing his gimmick and everything else and selling T-shirts at, VFW halls, doing what he was doing before he was with AEW. But he was also getting a check from AEW. So he was still working more on the indies than he was in AEW.
Yeah. So all I'm saying, Paul, is be prepared for every time we talk about wrestling between now and the start of the football season that I'm going to bring this kid up because
Danhausen up.
I'm excited for it. I want to see
Giddy
it
up,
happen.
and I'm gonna check him out. I'm gonna check him out.
And then the last thing we want to talk about, and I'll share this.
He's good
just
friends with CM Punk, too.
Oh, there, yeah.
Forget that.
CM
Very
Punk
good
and
friends with CM
and Matt Cardona. So this right here, this was last night. So we know the main event of WrestleMania is going to be CM Punk and Roman Reigns. And this promo started off for me a little slow. Like, I was like, oh, look, the two of them are good. And it wasn't bad, but it started off a little slow. But then, I was like, we're on a whole new level now. Because Roman started going in, and Roman basically said, I run this fucking company. They came to me. We brought you back. I'm going to do just like I do to everybody because you're not on my level. I'm going to put you on a fucking John Cena retirement tour, and then I'm going to send you down to NXT to teach the next group of kids how to wrestle so when they come up here, I can fucking bury them.
Yeah.
And that was it. And then Punk went off and was like, you brought me back. He's like, motherfucker, I brought you in, and you've been chasing me. And I'm going to bury you, and I'm going to bury you right next to your fucking dad. And I was just like, whoa. Of course, Roman gave permission on that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They probably went to him and said, God, we need to fucking juice this up a little bit. Like, what can we do? And
They dropped some shits in there. I think they each dropped a shit bomb twice. I mean, not that that's huge, but it's huge for wrestling because they don't curse. And yeah, they went to Roman and said, we got to kick it up, and that's it. That's where we're at. And the fact that he pulled that out, I mean, because it's only been a year, right?
Yeah.
2 years?
Last year, his dad died last year, I think.
Oh, wow.
Maybe it's been
as an outsider, I don't want Roman Reigns to win.
I don't think he will.
I'm
tired of him and Paul Heyman. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of them.
Well, it looks like Heyman's going to be out for a while. Because last night Seth came back. Seth smacked him with a chair. They put him in the fucking hospital or an ambulance. And then it was LA Knight and Jey Uso that had the ambulance. So I think they're putting Heyman on the shelf for a little while because they have no clue what to fucking do with the Vision since everybody there gets hurt.
Exactly.
But to Paul's point, and it's like hearing him say that, not that it's surprising. I mean, because you know who he is. That's why it's a little surprising.
Yeah. And he's had a good run.
Amazing run. He's one of the greatest at this point, right?
So let the other guys shine.
But
that's what I say.
The pop from the crowd in Indianapolis also kind of made me feel the same way that the needle's pointing more towards Punk for the fans than it is Roman.
Absolutely, as well it should, in my opinion. People like the new blood, in my opinion.
I think it comes down to scheduling. I don't know if Punk's been going hard for the last year and a half. He's been
I didn't even know he was
TV,
the champ.
everything, champion, big matches, tough matches, brutal matches.
Mm-hmm.
He might need some time off. So they can give the belt to Roman and have him be the part-time champion because he's a part-time guy, and come back and wrestle at a few pay-per-views, and then Punk makes a big appearance at whatever event. Money in the Bank.
Does the Rock show back up?
Rock's done.
I think the
Is
Rock's
he done? Okay.
He's done.
I think
WrestleMania, usually they bring out the stars for that. That's the granddaddy of them all, as they used to say.
If The Rock comes back for WrestleMania, it won't be a surprise. They'll announce it. He'll come in because they need to. Again, they need to sell tickets. They're behind what they sold last year. So,
and not that I know this, but Chris Jericho, he's a big name. I could see him coming back for WrestleMania because that's when you bring out the real surprises, in my opinion.
They haven't had surprises at WrestleMania. The last surprise they had at WrestleMania was Cody. As far as a new person.
Yeah, trying to think, going back to Philly, having what's name pop into the match was the big surprise.
Yeah, Undertaker, something like that. It wasn't advertised. They don't need that. They didn't need to push that show anymore, though, because that was like the biggest of all time.
Exactly. Yeah.
But the leveling the beef up between these two is great, and I think that was a good call out because you know what's going to come next. Like now, it's going to be Roman talking about fucking Punk's dead dog and Larry and all that because CM Punk's dog passed away, and like Larry has his own. The dog.
God
has
rest
his own
his
merch.
dog. I'm sorry, dog.
The dog had merch.
I'm not laughing public.
Yeah, the dog had merch for years.
Yeah.
It's kind of a that it's going to get personal, and I think it can make it really fucking awesome. Like I think but as Punk said, I'm going to have to carry this build up for the next 8 weeks because you're only going to be here for like 2 of them.
Right. That's
Which
true.
He could do it.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
He's done it before. He had a match against The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and The Undertaker didn't make any appearances before WrestleMania. And Punk was just talking shit about The Undertaker for like 6 weeks.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be. I think it's going to be a great match. I hope we get like I don't want to say normal match, but I don't want anything crazy like the fucking match with Seth Rollins last year, where there was like a double, triple turn. Fucking like I would like to see something cool happen, but I want a Roman Punk match.
Yeah, it's something we haven't seen.
Yeah, no, it should be good. Because I think they're both like leveling prowess, like they're the same style of wrestler for the most part. Like neither one's super fucking like acrobatic. They're just like kind of old school normal wrestling. Is that the right word?
Yeah. So I'm sure, I don't know, Mike, have you seen some of the reviews from content creators on this event?
They hated it.
They didn't like it. And there's a guy I follow that I watch who does a couple of podcasts with some other former WWE people and stuff like that. He's an English guy. I was going to send it to you last night. But the take I have
Is he
and
the
it's
kid-
similar to
is it-
his.
Is it the kid who does it with what's name Steve Richards?
Yep, him.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, James. I
Yeah.
forget what his
Yeah.
channel is, but he does the one with Stevie Richards. And I kind of agree with it. Like, nothing about this show is bad. Like the ring stuff, but the problem that I think that the real hardcore wrestling fans are having with WWE right now is that everything is so safe and it's very basic. Like we had another guy in a black hood.
Yeah.
You know, we had a guy come out of a box. Nothing is groundbreaking that they're doing. It seems like they're just going through the motions with a lot of these shows. And they've been doing it for like over a year now. You know, where these events like Elimination Chamber, would they have 4 matches?
Yeah.
You know, and the presentation is another thing that's really annoying. Like the fans over in Europe that are watching the premium live events on Netflix, when we go to there's so many commercials on these things.
Yeah, it's bad.
ESPN is terrible. There's commercials, like 4 minutes of commercials in every match, and it's almost unwatchable.
And the sound was fucking horrible on ESPN.
And
like,
in the
you couldn't hear
UK,
entrance music and shit. Go ahead.
In the UK, you know what they do when those commercials hit? You're watching like promo poses of WWE superstars, men and women, and it's them just doing like, you know, poses and going like or screaming at the camera with like music playing in the background. So if you're in the UK and you're watching this, you have to watch that for 4 minutes while a match is going on. You know, because they don't show the same commercials. So that's what is frustrating fans, is just how cookie cutter and how safe everything is.
Yeah.
And boring. It's boring. Honestly, WWE for last year, to me, has been boring. That's why I haven't been watching as much. I keep up with it. If something happens in a match, I go make sure I watch it or whatever. But it's not like Raw, SmackDown, even premium live events. Like, I watched this one after the fact. Normally, like a couple years ago for the Mania build-up in Philly, like it was must-see TV every week, both shows.
What's it missing?
You know, Edge. It just doesn't have any edge. And I'm not talking about Adam Copeland. I'm talking about
I got you what you're saying. So
Edge.
And
there's nothing edgy.
So
and that's what they're trying to do
with CM Punk and Reigns.
Yeah, they're trying to put some edge into it.
Got you.
And you know, I think it might be a little bit too late. You know, the WrestleMania, the venue, it was set up for, I don't know, 70,000. It's down to 52,000 now.
It's supposed to be in New Orleans. Now it's switched back to Las Vegas.
Right. But when they were originally selling it, it was set up for 68 or 72,000 in that stadium. And now they dropped it to 58 or 52. Something like that.
Is the WWE jumping the shark?
Oh,
No. In what way? Creatively, no. They're just in a low spot.
Okay.
Because wrestling is up and down. It goes like this.
I would agree
And
with
we
that.
all know that.
I would agree with
And
that.
right now they're in kind of a valley and not a peak.
Got you.
You know, I don't know. I've been watching wrestling a really long time, and it's not always hot. It's not always the Attitude Era. It's not always Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's not always, you know, Brock Lesnar destroying people. There's peaks and valleys with it, and we're in a valley right now. And the goal is to get to a peak, because that's when everybody's excited. That's when, you know, you have these amazing memories of seeing live events and everything else. But right now, when you go to a live event, you know what? There's nothing exciting is going to happen. You're going to see solid, competent ring work from the performers. You're going to see solid, competent promos. You're going to see high production value, but you're not going to see controversy and edge.
yeah.
You know, and that's what it's missing right
I think on that note, we can
Well-
end this week.
Before we close, I got a couple house cleaning. Shout out to Chris. My Zamboner minute is Flyers have won 3 in a row. Okay,
After they lost 16 in a row.
but there's still 6 games out of a wild card spot. The Sixers currently are down 37 points to Wemby because
I just looked at
because nobody's playing, and Bryce Harper is batting second at the World Baseball Classic. Why can't he do it for the Phillies? And have Turner, Harper, Schwarber, since he always complains nobody's behind him. I'm making a challenge out to you, Bryce. Bat second for the Phils.
You know, the Team USA lineup still isn't as good as the Dodgers lineup.
It's a close. Dodgers are a close second, but, you know. And that's all I got. That's all I
With
got.
that, go Birds. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Go Birds. Go Birds.